Okay, welcome everybody to our next session. And this time we have Fabio, who's going to talk about the journey of Web3 communication and about a part that's still missing in Web3, communications. Take it away, Fabio.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Hi everyone. So today we're going to be talking about web communication Web3. More specifically about push protocol, what push protocol is building, what problem it's solving, and different ways on how you can integrate notifications or chats or any communication related thing in your protocol or service. So I think if anyone's been around in Web3 for a while, it's pretty clear that communication is missing in this space. What I mean by this is, as of now, protocols, they expect users to come back to the protocol and fetch information themselves, right? So for example, how do you know today that you're about to get liquidated on a protocol, on a lending protocol? The question is you don't, right? You have to keep monitoring, constantly coming back to the protocol, keep monitoring your collateral ratio yourself before you actually get liquidated. Or for example, how do you know someone has placed a bid on your NFT if you put your NFT for auction? Well, you don't, right? You have to keep constantly coming back to the NFT marketplace to get this information. So what the solution that Push Protocol is building is we started with notifications. So we send push notifications to addresses. And why addresses? Because addresses is your identity in Web3. The same way that in Web2 we have email, Telegram ID, phone number, in Web3 we have addresses. So we're getting all the Web2 experiences that we have already and we are used to, and we're bringing these to Web3. And the applications, they can be pretty much anything, can be notifications for liquidation risks, a notification whenever there is a new governance proposal, and so on and so forth. So the solution that Push Protocol is building it's an open communication layer. So we're building a network of nodes, and we call them push nodes. And the push nodes, they're responsible for indexing the communication for Web3. And it's open because anyone can simply make a request to the node and get a notification. It's dynamic because the protocol doesn't, there's no restriction on what notification you're going to send to addresses. So for example, you can send a live stream as a notification, you can send a governance proposal, you can send a YouTube video, you can send pretty much anything. There's no restriction on the notifications you send. It's multi-chain. As of now, we are on Ethereum and Polygon, and we're going to be going to other chains, EVM and non-EVMs very, very soon. Sending notifications, it's gasless. So if you don't send on-chain notifications, there is also a way to send notifications via smart contracts. But if you don't send on-chain notifications, they are completely free to send. All you have to do, you just have to sign a message, and that's enough. You don't pay anything to send the notifications, but most importantly, users will never, ever have to pay to receive the notifications. And also the protocol, the notifications, they are platform agnostic delivery. That means that you can receive notifications on your phone, on your browser, on your own app. We have a bunch of SDKs for mobile, and we have React components as well for SPAs that you can import and display notifications on your own app. So users don't need to leave your dApp to receive the notifications. So Push, we have sent over 18 million notifications since we started. We have over 60,000 different addresses that we notify daily, and we have over 100 integrations, 100 different ways that we can people have integrated notifications. And for the use cases, I mean, as I said, the notifications, they are completely dynamic. So how you're gonna notify your users is completely up to you. So I'm particularly very passionate about DAOs, how people coordinate online. So for me, I'm super interested in increasing the engagement on DAOs. So for this, notifications are very handy and useful, especially because Discord and Twitter and Telegram can get super noisy. There's a bunch of people, and only receiving notifications whenever there is a new governance proposal that goes to enhance and increase DAO participation and reduce noise and increase signal. For DeFi, I mean, there are tons of applications as well. Whenever there is a new interest changes, whenever there is a new farming, yield farming, and for NFT as well, particularly for NFT marketplaces. Now they have a way to notify their users by their wallet addresses whenever someone places a bid on their NFT, instead of the users having to provide an email or the user need to come back to the app to fetch the information themselves. So as I said, we have over 100 collaborations. We call them friends of push. So the notifications, they can be pretty much anything. So those are some of the applications that we have. We have applications for NFT, for DAOs, a lot for DeFi, and for services and off-chain services as well. For example, for CoinDesk and the Defiant, they send newsletter, and whenever there's a new newsletter, instead of sending the newsletter to email, they can send newsletter now to addresses. So Push Protocol, we started back in 2020 in a hackathon project, and we have been focusing on notifications for over 2.5 years. So the notifications have been battle tested for, almost 3 years now. And after notifications that have been battle tested, we announced something called Push Chat. So we have extended the notifications, then now we allow users to chat back and forth, and the only information they need to provide is their address. So nothing else you need to provide to start messaging your friends, and you can message their ENS domains, and you can start sending messages to your friend. You can send videos, files, GIFs, texts, pretty much anything. That's a new project. It's called Push Chat. Yeah. So just I'm gonna give you guys a quick overview of how the protocol looks like. So we have our main app. It's called, if you go to app.push.org. So the way the protocol works is we have something called channels, right? So the notification, you only receive notifications that you want to receive, right? It's opt-in based. For example, let's say that I'm interested in receiving governance proposals for MakerDAO. What I need to do is, there is this opt-in button here. I'll only click it. All I have to do is sign a message, and then that's it. Now, whenever there is a new governance proposal for MakerDAO, I'll start receiving the notifications. For Lens protocol, I already have opt-in, and they're completely opt-in based, so you only receive notifications that you want to. But for example, let's say for cryptocurrency jobs, I have opt-in for this, I call this channel. But if at any given time, I don't want to receive notifications from cryptocurrency jobs, I just click here, opt out. I sign a message again, and then I stop receiving the notifications. I think one important question is, where do I receive those notifications, right? So as I said, this is an open network. Anyone can simply come and fetch the notifications. So for this, we provide SDKs, then we're going to go deeper a bit later. So one way of receiving the notifications, we have an inbox here. To see cryptocurrency jobs, have been signing new jobs. So that we have an inbox here. We have also a browser extension. Let me open Edge. That's how it looks like. Those are some demos that I was doing. I received notifications right here on the browser. And you see on this case here, I received, see, you can send videos on the notifications. They're completely, they can be pretty much anything. Now let's see the other way. Let's say that I'm a service and I want to notify my users. How does it work? So there are a lot of ways to send notifications. You can send manual notifications. That's how we're going to be sending now. You can send via smart contracts. Just do a smart contract call. We have integration with the graph. So if you know how to implement subgraphs, then you can just expand the subgraph and you can start sending notifications right from your subgraph. We have an SDK in JavaScript, and we're working on an SDK for Python as well. And you can also send notifications by calling the nodes directly. So yeah, there are different ways on how you can send the notifications. So if you want to notify your users, first of all, the first thing you have to do is to create a channel. As I said, so the notifications are opt-in based. So when you create a channel, your channel is going to be listed here. So the users can come and opt in to start receiving the notifications. I received a message here. 5 minutes and 2 questions. Sure. Thank you. Yeah, let's send a manual notification. So there are 2 types of notifications. We have a broadcast notification, which means notify all subscribers of my channel. Target notification, which means notify only one address. Or subset notification, which means notify an array of addresses. In this case, let me notify all the subscribers of my channel. The subject is gonna be, hey everyone. Here below we see the payload. The notifications message is gonna be, hey there. Let's add a media, and let me add this. I can come here, and I'm gonna send a notification. As I said, sending notifications completely gasless. I don't pay anything to send. I just sign a message, and the notification has been sent. And look, I just received here. The reason that I have received here is when I send the broadcast notification, I'm also like a subscriber of my own channel. So that's the reason I received here. But if I come here to my other browser, I think this other browser I have, look, I received here. See, and so if you want to know different ways on how you can integrate push protocol, we have a bunch of SDKs. So there is there's an SDK for backend, front end, for mobile, if you're developing mobile application. For reactive native, we're working on Flutter as well. So yeah, if you go to docs.push.org/developers, here on the developer guides, we're working a lot on our documentation, so you guys can see how to send receiving notifications, integrating your front end, sending notifications, different ways of how you can send. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me come back here to my presentation. Yeah, just one thing before I finish. As I said, we have something called chat. This is in staging. So yeah, so that's I said, it's a wallet messaging. All the messages there are end-to-end encrypted. You can just start here, typing here, hey man, good to see you. And I can start messaging my friends. And we also provide an SDK for this. So basically you can import Web3 messaging in any dApp. Now, for the first time ever, you can have customer support in Web3. And we provide a React component for this. It's also here in the documentations. And it's here, push chat for Web3. That talks about a bit how the chat protocol works and how you can integrate push chat into your own dApp. Yeah, I think that's what I had, Alex.
All right, thank you so much. I think that was a very holistic overview over the push protocol. And I think there are already 2 questions, so let me just read them to you. So the first one is, what are wallets and systems that are supporting push already?
Sure. So we're working on wallets. So ultimately the goal, push protocol is an infrastructure protocol. So we're providing these UIs here that I just showed you, for example, to receive the notifications. We have the browser extension as well, but ultimately we're an infrastructure protocol. So what we're working on, we're working on SDK. So basically we're working on wallets. So what you can start receiving these notifications on the wallets themselves. So ultimately, but for example, for me, the goal is for users to receive the notifications and they don't even know the push protocol exists. The same way that you receive a notification on your iPhone, you have no idea that the iPhone have something called Apple push notification service, but you just know they receive a notification because all this work of sending notifications to iPhones is completely handled by the Apple push notification service. So the goal for push protocol is exactly this invisible layer that handles notifications and send messages to addresses. And wallets they integrate with this protocol so they can start providing these services to their user as well.
Okay. And I think you also showed like the integration with MetaMask, but is it already possible to send notifications to MetaMask?
For MetaMask, not yet.
Okay.
MetaMask, they have something called MetaMask Snaps. I was looking into it. I haven't done it myself, but I don't see why it would not be possible by using MetaMask Snaps to integrate notifications.
Okay, another question is, does it cost any gas fees to send push chat messages?
Yep, that's a good question. No, the send chat messages, they're free. It works on a freemium plan. In the future, we're going to be working also on a premium plan, but we're always going to have this freemium plan. So users the difference from a freemium to a premium plan would be that on the freemium, you have a smaller amount capacity on the protocol, but I mean, nothing prevents anyone to start sending messages for free. Like this one, I'm completely free and I can send messages, but for now it's free, and not only for now, but it will remain free. Yeah, forever.
Okay, and last question, I think for now, if anybody else has a question, feel free to put it in the Discord chat. And what does it cost to use the push protocol services?
Yep. So for receiving the notifications, it is free and it's always free. Eventually we're going to go to a paid service, but the protocols that send the notifications, they are the one that would need to pay. But end users will never have to pay to receive the notifications. So receiving the notifications, it's free. Sending chat messages and receiving chat messages, they are also free. And not only this, whenever you receive a chat message, you always receive a notification. So it's exactly like WhatsApp. Whenever like this wallet here text me, I'm gonna get a notification on my phone, and then I get alerted that someone has texted me. So then I can go to the app. The same experience that we have on WhatsApp and Telegram, we're bringing this to Web3.
Okay, and another one, how do you monitor governance proposals?
Yeah, so for this, there are two ways. So one way, for example, whenever there is a new governance proposal, a DAO like a DAO member who can come here and manually send a notification here. For example, HTTPS, snapshot, my governance proposal, like first snapshot, I think that's their URL. Whenever there's a governance proposal, so you can send manual notifications alerting our community. You can use SDKs. You can create using the JavaScript SDK to send the notifications, or if it's an on-chain proposal, you can do a smart contract call to the push protocol contract to also alert your users. But I think for proposals, I'm not sure about this, but I think as of now, most of them, since they're not like 10 proposals per day, usually what they do, they send manual notifications just because it's very fast. They just come here, alert their community, and that's it. But they can use their SDKs, or they can even, if the proposal is on-chain, they can make a smart contract call to send on-chain notifications.
Okay, I hope that answers the questions. And if not, there's Fabio's also going to be in the breakout room in the face-to-face, which I'm going to share. And then if anybody wants to start using push protocol, then you can ask him anything you need to know in there. And yeah, thank you so much, Fabio, for sharing. I think push notifications, they seem very small, but they're actually pretty big in terms of making Web3 easier to use for people and not losing your money because you forgot to top up your collateral. And many other things. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing today and presenting. And yeah.
Thanks so much for this opportunity. Thanks, everyone.